Welcome to this week's vlog, all you amazing, magnificent, magical, miraculous, and majestic, multidimensional, infinite beings. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Living Consciously. I was going to say, welcome to Living Energetically, which is probably the same thing. Welcome to Living Consciously with MC, which is me, your host, Marie Claire, MC for short. And I had such a brilliant question asked to me this week. It was by someone who's been on a couple of my expansion journeys. I haven't yet had the opportunity to work privately with them. And even if I don't, it doesn't matter. It was the question of, how do I get a breakthrough? And the question was, is it just by using the tools and having this open dialogue with the universe and being really crystal clear of what it is that I truly desire? Or is it a little bit deeper? So the answer is yes and yes. Yes, when you know how to communicate with the universe, when you know that every single thing is energy, everything is connected, there is nothing random in the universe. When you know that your words, your thoughts, and your emotions are the energy that you're sending out into the universe, and with that frequency, the universe is then bringing things to you to respond to, not to react to respond to, you keep improving that relationship, because remember, everything is forever evolving as well. Everything is always changing. Change is one of the constants of the universe. And when you know how to navigate it and to flow through it with ease and joy, your relationship with the universe becomes that much stronger. Because again, you're not taking things personally. You're not thinking that the universe doesn't have your back. You know that the universe has your back. You know that your higher self has your back. And sometimes things can appear to be falling apart when they're actually falling into place. It's one of my favorite reminders. When it looks like there's chaos and it looks like things are collapsing around you, number one, what if they're meant to collapse in order for you just to be clear of what is not aligned to your higher self? And if they're not completely collapsing, they just seem to be falling apart, because it just feels like, it's uncomfortable. It really does get uncomfortable. And I often say to everyone, when it's uncomfortable, lean in. Don't react to it. Don't try to run away from it. Lean into what's uncomfortable and just see what's there. And sometimes we don't do that. We don't want to do the uncomfortable stuff. We'd rather just put it underneath the carpet. And like last week's vlog, ignorance is not bliss, ignorance is expensive, because when you don't look at something, then it is going to start getting very, very pear-shaped very quickly. And sometimes it's almost too uncomfortable that you'll definitely never look at it. But when it starts happening and, the universe is busy trying to get your attention with things and it starts becoming uncomfortable, you're able to respond within 24 hours to actually rectify it. So that doesn't end up going completely pear-shaped or irreparable or any of those things that the logical mind will tell you, because everything is fixable. Like everything is repairable. There is always a different possibility to a situation and to an outcome that you just haven't even considered. Remember the boxes that the logical mind and ego mind like to put things in. So it's like, no, it can only be resolved in this way. It can only be fixed in this way. It can only turn out this way. But when you blast that box out and you literally ask that question, which we covered a little while ago in a couple of other vlogs, what else is infinitely possible that I haven't even considered? And it's going to be something you haven't considered, because again, you're working with a range of things that are linear to you. You're working with a range of things that feel comfortable with you, something that is defined for you because it's the only thing that you know, because you haven't allowed yourself to actually go beyond that and to go deeper with that. So what else is infinitely possible that you haven't even considered yet when it comes to a breakthrough? And we tend to have so many breakthroughs. I mean, a breakthrough isn't just this one big aha moment. It is like several big aha moments or several small aha moments. Because remember, we are breaking down and breaking through so many patterns and so many cycles that we've been on repeat for generations. And sometimes you just wonder, why am I still holding this stuff? We tend to go with what's wrong with me and what's wrong with the situation. And again, that's shifted around. What's right about you that you're just not getting, and what's right about the situation that you're just not getting. gets you into be this beautiful neutral space. And then you also get to see where you possibly have been continuing generational patterns, where you've been continuating just, I actually cannot get even to the word of what it is, this pattern. And again, I completely got the awareness right now is because it doesn't even belong to you. And sometimes when you cannot put a word to an energy, you can feel the energy and you just literally, like now, I could not put a word to it. Number one, it was a lie because we have these generational patterns that don't even belong to us. We have this energy that, again, we cannot put a word to it because then we define it sometimes if we do put a word to it. So please just acknowledge, so how much have you been cutting off your awareness? How much have you just been switching off to it, playing the ignorance is bliss card, and actually not hearing your awareness? Because that's the other thing with the breakthrough, is that the universe and your higher self and your guides and your angels and your spirit team and the elementals that you work with are constantly communicating to you. They're communicating all the time, 24/7. The question is how much of that are we being receptive to and actually hearing, like literally hearing and listening. So listening and hearing to what they have to say. And again, the logical mind and ego mind sometimes doesn't want to hear what they have to say because there's something different, something uncomfortable, makes us have to get out of our comfort zone and to look at something that we maybe were not prepared to look at. And being honest and vulnerable with yourself is one of the greatest blessings you can actually gift yourself. That in itself is a breakthrough. If you can truly be honest and just recognize, the certain things that you had been doing, functioning from, being in the world, just weren't serving you any purpose. And it's not anyone's fault on the external because they were only responding, maybe sometimes reacting to what you were going through and what you were projecting out into the universe. Because again, we do this, we project stuff out with our thoughts, our words, our emotions. We project an energy out there, and then again, we get that feedback. So again, what if you could just, number one, first and foremost, be honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself. Take the courage to be so honest with yourself in terms of, is this what I truly desire for my life, for my living, for my body, for my relationships, for my bank account? Because all of that is inclusive. And sometimes we think that we're pushing something and chasing something for the money aspect and the financial, but it's disrupting everything else in our flow. Everything else is actually taking a big knock on because we're so focused here with the money, with the drive, with the push, with the success. But if any of this, your family, your friends, your relationship with your own being and your own spirit is not clear, and it's not free flowing, it doesn't matter how much money you have, there is going to be something that just doesn't align in your world. There are going to be things that just don't match. And please do not then go into the program. You see, that's why I don't attract money, because if I attract money, then it's just going to have its own problems. No, money is not the problem. We tend to be the problem. We get in our own ways. We have so many points of views around so many things. Money is one of them. Love is another one. But any fixed point of view you have, you are going to invite in energy blockages. You're not going to be able to have those breakthroughs because you've got such a fixed point of view. That fixed point of view is the logical mind and the ego mind holding on to what's in that box. But like, this is only what I'm working with. Spirit, higher self is going, please just look beyond the box. Please ask the question, what else is infinitely possible that I haven't even considered? So the breakthroughs come when we can be vulnerable enough with ourselves, take the courage to really just look at your life and be like, is this what I truly desire? And some of it is what you truly desire, and some of it might be things that you want to tweak. And then when you prepare to be in that space of being open to tweak things in a completely different way, that's when you're going to start having these little breakthroughs. And these little breakthroughs then become bigger breakthroughs. And then at some point, you just feel like you're just constantly having these breakthroughs because you're recognizing old patterns, you're recognizing old programs, you're recognizing old conditioning. And the moment you recognize it, awareness is your superpower. When you are aware, you cannot unsee anything. You cannot unnotice it. The awareness is there. It's completely switched on. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful blessing, because with awareness, you get to make different choices. When you're unaware, playing ignorance is bliss, you're not going to be able to make those different choices. So the moment you open up your awareness and you start to consider a different possibility. The other thing when it comes to breakthroughs is providing yourself with enough space. So again, it's like looking at your life and being honest with what can you give yourself space with. So what can you pause in your life that will provide you the space, like the big space, with no pressures, no deadlines, anything like that. I mean, deadlines, it can be personal deadlines, it can be business deadlines, it could be anything, anything. But where could you push the pause button, and where can you provide yourself with some space? And in that space, you're able to just be. You're able to use all the tools that are in your conscious toolbox to be like, what am I aware of? What's going on in my life that I just maybe haven't been focusing energy towards? Where have I been depleting energy so that I feel so burnt out that I feel like everything right now is not okay in my life? And then you get into this complete panic mode because everything feels overwhelming. Relationships, family, business feels so incredibly overwhelming. And it's also just going, hang on, pause, push that pause button. That pause button gives you space. And this can be done within a minute. You push the pause button, you're like, whoa, what am I aware of in my life? And what am I aware of that is flowing? And what am I aware of that is not flowing? Okay, the stuff that's flowing, amazing. What can I be and do more of that? Because I want to cultivate that energy. I want to add to that energy. I want to expand to that energy. And at the same time, what is not flowing in my life? Get clear on that. What can I change here? How do I change it? And these are the questions that you're asking the universe. And the universe isn't going to give you a yes, no answer. The universe doesn't work in yes, no. The universe works in infinite possibilities if you're willing to be able to see those different possibilities. The universe requests for us to ask questions that actually allow it to give us those infinite possibilities. So no question beginning with a why, because remember, a why is a yes and no question. It's a right or left. It's a good or bad. It's a duality. We know that we're a multi-dimensional infinite being. So we have a menu of infinite choice available to us all the time if you allow yourself to actually consider that. So when you ask questions like, what else is possible that I haven't even considered? Universe, how do I change this? What is required to change? What am I aware of? It sends out a frequency into the universe. It sends out a vibration. It sends out a different type of projection out into the universe. Universe, show me what else is possible that I haven't even considered. And then you give yourself space, and then you wait and allow that information to come to you. Because the universe is always going to respond. The universe is our genie. Ask and you shall receive. It's just about not being impatient or doing instant gratification that the ego loves to have an instant reply. Your awareness could be there to be like, oh, I can feel it. I've asked the question and I'm getting a feeling. I'm getting a sense of something. It may take a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a month to show up. And if you don't have a fixed point of view on how it's supposed to show up and when it's supposed to show up, and you just know that an alternative infinite possibility is going to show up for you, that changes everything. You've given yourself space. You've asked different questions out into the universe. You're just allowing this breakthrough to occur with you doing and being what you can, and also leaving room, tons of room for the universe to show you all the different possibilities. And again, something comes to you, you get to respond to it. If it's not matching what you've asked for, you're like, universe, thank you. Like, I received this. I hear it. I can feel it. Not quite what I was looking for. Show me what else is infinitely possible. Genie rushes off again. Finds what other infinite possibilities there are available, brings it back to you. And this is the beautiful tapestry of how the universe works, how we as energetic, infinite, multi-dimensional beings work. And that is how you get to create a completely different reality that exists outside the bounds of this reality. So where everyone else is plugged into, the trauma and the drama and this and getting so stuck into these lower vibrational energies, you're just stepped back and you're fully tapped into your awareness and you're living a conscious life. So you're being conscious 24/7. You're even conscious when you're unconscious. That's the most beautiful part. You're conscious that, hey, I've just actually stopped using my tools. I've actually just checked out. Like that is a consciousness. That is like, oh, wow, okay, bring myself back to the present moment. What am I aware of? What can I shift? What can I change? And especially when you are looking for massive breakthroughs in your life and little breakthroughs. So let's even not make it significant about massive breakthroughs. You're just looking for a breakthrough in your life. You're looking for where you can disrupt the old programming, the old patterns, that you can just change it. Give yourself space. Allow yourself to be brutally honest with yourself. It's okay. It's just you and you. You're allowed to have those moments to be like, oh, well, that was a super cute thing that we tried out. Wasn't a lot of fun. What can we change? What can we choose differently next time? And bring in humor. I mean, humor is one of my superpowers and one of my strengths, because I realized for a long time when I was being so serious in the world, like when I was a teenager, maybe even beyond, slightly younger than that, I was buying into points of views of this reality that didn't even belong to me. The seriousness of everyone trying to figure things out, it wasn't who I was at my core. It's not who I am at my core. So you bring in the humor to shift things, to disrupt the energy, and also to dissipate, like completely dissipate the energy of where you're being so hard on yourself, where you're thinking, what's wrong about me because nothing's ever flowing in my world. No. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're a divine masterpiece. You were created in the image of the creator. Whoever and whatever that creator is, the consciousness, the divine source energy, that is the energy that exists inside of you. You are not separate from it. Don't even go into believing that lie of this reality. You are not separate. That energy is within you. You are the universe experiencing yourself as whoever you chose to be in this lifetime. And if you're not entirely sure yet who you are in this lifetime, that's a great place to start. Who am I? Universe, show me who am I? Who am I beyond my labels, my titles, my role in my family, my role in my work, my role in this reality? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Universe, show me. Who am I? And that's where you start getting a little bit more clearer with everything. So I hope that this has been helpful. Let me know in the comments below if this is something that just sparked an aha moment in your world, and let me know, like, what other ways have you actually achieved breakthroughs in your life? Maybe there's something that I haven't even considered yet, and I'd love to hear. What other things have you brought into your life and attracted into your life that has been the most incredible thing to assist you on your breakthrough, on your journey to mastering yourself, the higher self, that aspect of you that is truer than you can possibly ever imagine, and that is so authentic and so connected to spirit? If you tapped into it, what else could be infinitely possible that you haven't even considered? So sending you lots of love, lots of magic, lots of blessings. If you're a local YouTuber, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share this video if it's something that resonated with you, if you know that someone else could benefit from it. I'd be so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep shining your lights, keep radiating your magic, keep unleashing your inner alchemist, and until next week, lots of love, everyone.